Hey, what's up? It's Jason Lucchese and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about how you can get your leads stacked properly so that you could save yourself a ton of money and you could also get a higher response rate. So many people out there, especially brand new real estate investors, they'll send out a list of 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people and you don't know the levels of motivation besides possibly one. So today we're going to show you exactly how to strip away a ton of people that more than likely aren't going to be interested in selling you their property, and we're going to really dial it down to the right list so that you have several motivation levels for individuals that really do want to sell their house. So we're going to hop into that today. So hop on, strap in, and here we go. Hey, if you're brand new to the YouTube channel, make sure you give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Make sure that you become a subscriber by clicking on the subscribe button and also click this little notification bell, click all. And then once you do that, you're going to receive instant notifications of whenever we have a brand new video released just like this one. All right, so welcome. If you're a brand new individual to the channel, welcome, my friend. And we are going to be hopping in and showing you exactly what we do in our business so that we could take a list of 10 to 15,000 individuals and scale it down to several different motivations. It's going to save you a ton of money. And instead of getting a 1%, 2% response rate, we're going to show you how to get a really high response rate, especially once you figure out the different levels of motivation. It's going to be a big game changer for your business. Also, too, we've got our letter of intent document that I'm going to be sharing with you at the end of this video. It's absolutely free. It's no charge. I'm going to show you exactly where it is in this video so that you could go ahead and grab it and you could start using it in your business. If you're not sure what the letter of intent document is, you could still grab it. We're going to be making a video all about how to use it in the next coming videos. Again, we make videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So make sure you are a subscriber if you're already not. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. And let's hop into this presentation that I made so that it explains everything for you from a visual standpoint and you can take it and run with it in your real estate investing business. So here we go. Most people, what they do is they'll get a list, possibly for this example, it's the vacant house lead list. When you pull, especially from 10 to 15 different zip codes, it's going to add up to quite a bit, especially if you are in a bigger metropolitan area. You could potentially get 10,000 addresses. Now, why would you want to mail off to 10,000 addresses? And I'm going to show you an example here in just a minute, but that is going to be a huge chunk of change. And I see a lot of brand new investors that mail off to 5,000, 10,000 people, and it is very expensive, especially if you're not doing it yourself. If you do 10,000 pieces by yourself, that's going to take you a month to do. And by the time you get those leads out, other people have already tackled them. So it's wasted dollars. And I always recommend, especially for these types of lists, if you do want to mail, do it through a mail house. We even do our direct mail campaigns through a mail house because it just takes up so much time to do. We would rather be focusing on things that are going to be making money in our business. So let's talk about the first stack here in the video. So here comes the first lead stack. We're going to do the first one. Now, we did a tax delinquent video the other day with my business partners, Michael Bretthauer and Jason Palliser. And one of the big things that we do is delinquent properties. So in this particular case that we're seeing right now, you have your vacant list. And then we're going to accompany that with also tax delinquent properties. So once you have that stack, we're going to take off immediately 7,500 addresses. That's going to save you an exuberant amount of money. And now you've got another stack on top of the property already being vacant. So this is from this standpoint, what I want to really emphasize to you is even though somebody's got a vacant house, it doesn't necessarily mean that they want to sell. But when the property is vacant and it also has taxes that are unpaid, depending on the state that you're in, it could be maybe 1 year, 2 years. They could be behind. They're not going to pay it. The house is just going to go to auction. Some investor is going to get it for a super cheap amount. So the best thing that you could do is when you have different levels of motivation, you can use that to be a problem solver and help individuals out, because you never know. What if this person has a house that's valued at $100,000? There's no mortgage on it, because if it did have a mortgage on it, it wouldn't be going to tax sale. So you think about that. If it's going to tax sale, more than likely, if it has a mortgage, the mortgage company is not going to allow that property to just get gobbled up for $3,000, $4,000. That's not going to happen. But when there is no mortgage on it, somebody could come buy that house for $3,000, $4,000, because if the property is vacant and if it's got delinquent taxes on it, then that individual is going to get a steal of a deal. But imagine this property is worth $100,000 and we could go ahead and offer them, hey, what's going on right now? What is going on? And you listen to them, find out what their problems are. And once you find out their problems, you've identified what you can do and solve those problems. What if you could give them $20,000, $25,000 and you could help put them into a new house that they're not going to lose? That's a huge opportunity for you to be somebody different than, hey, we're just going to come by. We're going to offer you money for your house. We're going to just be one of those investors. We buy houses. No, you need to be different. And if you really, truly want to be an individual that is a problem solver, you're going to get so many more deals. And just from this example, we took a 10,000 list to 2,500. I'm going to show you here in just a minute the difference in the pricing that you're going to see from a level. You've got so much more risk when you're mailing to 10,000 people compared to the list that we're about to show you. So let's hop back into this. So now we're going to perform the second lead stack, and that second lead stack is code violations. Code violations could lead to tall grass, trash in the yard. Potentially there's issues with the house that is causing potential danger to other people. So there's going to be different levels of violations in each county. So you may want to check with the county that you live in, the county that you're doing business in, and find out just the different levels of code violations. Because once you add just one, I wouldn't add a ton. Typically, if the house is vacant, it's going to have tall grass, which is also going to lead to a code violation. So we take that list now from 2,500 to 400 addresses. When you have a list of 400 addresses now, it's going to take that amount of how much you're going to spend, how much risk you're going to put into a direct mail campaign, and it's going to lower it exponentially. The other thing that you're doing is you've got 2 layers now of levels of motivation. So if the house is vacant and they're also behind on taxes and there's a code violation against the property, that is multiple levels of motivation. Instead of just thinking, hey, it's a vacant house, so I'm going to go ahead and send them a mailer because I want to see if they're interested. Instead of actually using the precise information that we're sharing today with lead list stacking, this is the ultimate way to go for 1, lowering your risk on your marketing costs. 2, you're going to put different levels of motivation on there so you know exactly how to be a problem solver when you send off that direct mail. Because when you do this correctly and you have the correct marketing pieces, your response rates are going to go through the roof. So let's hop in here. I want to show you some examples how you could really save yourself some money and also make higher returns on the money that you're spending, and you're becoming a problem solver. So what does this mean for you? Most investors do this. They're going to mail out 10,000 mailers to a vacant house. They're going to spend 98 cents per mailer, possibly a little bit less because of the volume. But right now, I just want to give you a simple example. That would come out to $9,800 for a mail house to send that off. And let's just say you receive a 1% response rate from your mailer. And in this case, it's going to be a letter, especially for the 98 cents. If you did a postcard, it would obviously be much cheaper, but we like doing the letters because we just see the response rate go through the roof. In this case, when you do mail off to this many people, you're going to receive a lower response rate. And I know this because I've been doing this since 2008, and we were in this position when we were mailing 10,000 plus people and we were getting that very low response rate. It's very frustrating and you're not sure what to do. So you get 100 calls from 10,000 people and you put 3% under contract. So that comes out to 3 deals. And let's just say you average 10,000 per deal. that's $30,000 in gross profit, but then you've got to subtract the $9,800 from that. And that's not counting any other expenses. Other expenses that could come with doing 10,000 plus leads is maybe having an assistant or two assistants to take inbound calls because you're not sure how much volume you're going to have, especially from sending off 10,000 direct mail pieces. This could lead to you hiring an assistant or another assistant. You could have two individuals working for you, or maybe they might be virtual assistants and they're taking those inbound calls. So there's other expenditures, especially when you're mailing 10,000 individuals. And let's take a look at what we did with our list stacking to get 400 pieces, and we've got several layers deep of individuals with stacked motivation levels. So now you can do this. You can mail out 400 mailers to your stacked list. You spend the same 98 cents, and we've got $392 compared to $9,800. So a much lower risk level there for you to send that off. Now you could either do that yourself, or what I recommend, send that off to a mail house, and you don't have to worry about it. They get it done quickly. You don't have to take a week or two to get that all done. Stuff envelopes, handwrite on the front and back. It just takes a lot of time to do that. And you receive a 25% response rate. Now you're probably thinking, Jason, how the heck am I going to get a 25% response rate? Well, if you do it with the correct mailing and you send off the right message, you will get a 25% response rate. But if you send off the same broad marketing that everybody else does, and you are in that same broad category as, hey, you're just one of those house flippers, you're gonna get a 1% response rate. But if you send off the right marketing and you send off the things that are gonna trigger those individuals, especially when you've got stacked level of motivation, you're gonna get that higher response rate. So same thing, you put 3% under contract, that's 3 deals, and we make $30,000 in gross profit. So same number that we're making, but lower risk with the $392 that we're gonna spend at the direct mail house. And we're also not having to worry about the expenses of hiring maybe a couple of virtual assistants to take those inbound calls. This is more of the side to where if you are doing this part-time, this is what you can be doing. So it doesn't really matter, you could be doing this virtually. So let's just say you live somewhere in Asia and you're doing this virtually. Maybe you're from the United States and you're wanting to do things here in the United States. This would be the way to go, especially if you're wanting to do this part-time, or even if you have a full-time job right now and you are in the US and you just want to be able to send off 400 mailers from doing the stacked list method. This is going to be a really great avenue for you so that you could save money, have low risk, and get that higher response rate ratio. So I want to ask you, which makes more sense to do? Make sure you drop a comment below. Let me know which one makes more sense for you. The one that has a 1% response rate versus the 25% response rate, just by doing the list stacking and finding out the different levels of motivation. Because once you have that, that's going to be the game changer for you and your business, and you're going to start getting more deals under contract. This was just one example. And do you need to do this to the T? No, you might just find that, hey, I'm going to put vacant house and then tax delinquent on there, and that's going to be a good enough list for me. Because if you start doing too many stacks, you're going to have a list of 5 people. So it really depends on where you're at. Try this out in your area. So once you have that vacant house list, and let's just say you have the tax delinquent list, what I would do, send it over to somebody on Fiverr that knows Excel and put those together. And what you want to do is remove the individuals that aren't doubled on the vacant house list and the tax delinquent list. Once you do that, you're going to have one list of the stacked information that you want. Now, if you want to also get the code violations, you could do that as well and add that on there and find somebody on Fiverr that could go ahead and do that data for you. It's super cheap. It shouldn't cost you more than $5, $10. And now you've got this refined list that you could go ahead and start mailing off to. Hey, I hope you found today's video very helpful. I had a great time putting all of this together. If you really enjoyed this, make sure you give us a big thumbs up so we can smash that YouTube algorithm, get this information out to so many people, because right now is the time for us to not just be thinking about ourselves, but also thinking about other people that need this information. So please make sure you smash down on that thumbs up button. I would really appreciate it. If you are not a subscriber, make sure you become a subscriber to the channel. I would absolutely love that. We send off videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so that you can get the information that you need for your real estate investing business. So when you do smash that subscribe button, make sure you also click on that little bell so that you can receive notifications of brand new videos that are released. Make sure you drop a comment about anything that you have questions about in reference to today's video. I know we went over a lot of information within a short period of time, so I'm here to answer any questions that you have. I always respond back personally to people, and I would love for you to drop a comment below. Let me know if you need anything whatsoever. If you want any advice on who to choose through Fiverr, what mail house we use, what type of stacking you should do in your area, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to address that for you. Thank you for tuning in. We are rocking out on the YouTube channel, and I couldn't do it without your support. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I truly appreciate you. I seriously mean it. If you need anything whatsoever, drop a comment below. I'll be more than happy to help you. Take care and have an outstanding day. I will talk to you later. Bye now.